Whoa, what a championship game. What a weekend in San Antonio. And what a comeback yet again for the Florida Gators. Incredible. They're going to be jumping on like all night long. Inside March Madness presented by Buick. Continuing here from the Alamo Dome, where in as dramatic a finish as possible, Florida Gators knock off the Houston Cougars. That game the other night, both games the other night were great. This thing, you celebrate for the Gators, you appreciate what they were there for and what they've done. But if your heart doesn't go out to the Houston Cougars, who had a 12-point lead in this game and then watched it slowly vanish, and the Gators take the title.
Tell you what, Ernie, both of these teams showed tremendous championship grit, perseverance, and toughness. I didn't know if Florida could win a game where they had to play more like Houston plays than they play. But they showed in that second half they were up to the challenge. Won the free throw battle, only had 4 turnovers in the second half, and held Houston to 31% shooting. And the last play epitomized the kind of grit you got to have to eke out a championship against a worthy opponent.
Hey, Kelvin Sampson and the Houston Cougars, they imposed their will on you physically, mentally, defensively. There's only one way you can beat them. You got to be one more play tougher. And that was the last play of the game. They blitzed Fuzan, they blitzed Cryer, and they stepped up on the last shooter, Emmanuel Sharp, and wouldn't let him get a shot off, and ended the game diving on a loose ball. Look at this here. A blitz on the first ball handler. A blitz on the second ball handler as the big man starts to come. Sharp comes, they rotate out, take away his 3. Now it's a loose ball, and Alex Condon dives on the loose ball to end the game. That's the only way that you can beat Houston.
Great defensive play by Clayton Jr. at the end.
Yes, indeed.
However, shout out to both teams who they deserve to be here. They were the best 2 teams in this tournament. They deserve to be here. You know, I'm a little surprised that Houston honestly didn't go earlier in the shot clock to extend the game.
They were going for the win.
Yeah, but going for the win is not the odds.
Hey.
You know, might be right for some people.
If you're scared, get a dog.
No, if you're scared, you wouldn't be here.
You went for it. They went for it.
No,
we did not come here to tie. They went for the win.
No, but I feel I'm a better team even with 5 more minutes. No. That's how I would have felt.
Kevin,
so I would have possibly, it's a surprise, but it was still great defense. Florida wins the game because they were the better team, able to come back in with a 12-point win.
And I'm going to give Kevin his flowers. Because I told Jay and Clark, I said, he's going to go for the win.
You did.
I said, he's going to go for the win.
I respect it, too.
I respect that because they played as well as they could play and were still down. They played as well as they could play. And they did a lot of what they usually do to us. Yes. They did a lot of that. And to be tied or down 2 with the ball, I'm like, yo, man, hey, we played great. We're still down 2. 5 more minutes. The advantage is going to switch to them. I give Kevin his flowers, man. I always say, hey, if you're scared, get a dog.
65-63. That's your final score. A 2-point win for the Gators in a game that was as dramatic as you could possibly want for a chance to cut down the nets. And the Capital One rewarding performance is another second-half performance that told the story for the Gators.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think they led for less than a total minute in the game, Ernie.
Yes.
And the fact that they stayed with it down 12, we've seen it happen a couple of other times with this team. Again, I just think it speaks to the resilience, the toughness, the will, and both teams displayed it. And Florida, to Jay's point, 1 play more.
They led for 103.
Yeah.
In the game.
Yeah, you know, if you look at the dynamic of the game. They were able to offensive rebound. They were able to defend the perimeter, defend the three-point shot. But the funny thing is, the last two plays were the opposite of what they had done. They gave a three to Clayton, and Clayton plays D on the three. Right. So it was an actual, they looked like Houston on the other end for the last two possessions.
By the way, Warner is proud to provide special edition podium ladders for the net cutting celebration. Warner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness. And as you heard Jay tell us earlier this week, you win the national championship, you cut down the nets, you get those ladders.
That ladder comes to you during the season. They present.
Now that's a flex. Now that's a flex, Jay. Not the ring, but telling us you got the ladder is a flex.
I've known Jay for 40 years. He's never been on a damn ladder.
Well, if he ever wants to be, he's got plenty. When we come back,
Been on there
the moment
twice.
you've been waiting for, one shining moment is next.